Good evening. Thank you for joining us tonight, guys. We're going to get started here in just 1 minute. Everyone had a really good field day. I know I had a really good field day. It was a fun experience for field day. We went to a new spot this time. And Noel, I'm glad you're in the chat, buddy, because that Wise County repeater 442.600, PL tone 131.8, that has a huge footprint. I was keying that. I was doing a range test on that on my whole drive home after I dropped off the RV at the deer lease. The whole drive home, I was keying up and talking to a guy, and I was able to kerchunk that repeater. I didn't kerchunk it. Yeah, I did. I was able to kerchunk that repeater from my driveway in Grapevine. It was a little scratchy, wasn't bad, but driving around the highway, Highway 114, Trophy Club, South Lake, Grapevine area, I was able to key that repeater the whole time. So 442.600, Noel, I'm sure you can get into that. Robert, you too. I know you're in there, Robert. So I hope everyone had a good field day weekend. We operated from the Bridgeport OHV, the off-highway vehicle trailing park. That was a fun thing to do. We talked about that on Frank's stream last hour, so if you guys didn't see that, go check that out. He had some good pictures on that. But we're going to talk about, today, we're going to talk about Hamcon Zion, which is, I'm going to say this wrong here in a second. So it is the July 12 and 13. So it is, what is today? 23, 31, 2, it's 3 weekends. 3 weekends from now. 3 weeks from yesterday. So we're going to do, in fact, I think it's Friday, Saturday, not Sunday. So they're in the chat right now listening to me bumble through this, so I'm just going to bring them on. But yes, so I had some people ask me about this. I don't know what happened, but Frank mentioned this on his stream too. The day after, so we live streamed for 2 hours from Dayton Hamvention on Wednesday. We got there on Wednesday, set up a live stream. I've done that this is the third year I've done that. We had a really good group of people watching us. We were just talking about all stuff, ham radio and Hamvention, smoking cigars on the stream and everything. It was a good live stream for 2 hours, and I wake up the next morning on Thursday, and every live stream on my channel since Christmas was gone. Just gone. Open a ticket with YouTube, and they're like, who has access to which one of your admins has access to your channel to delete stuff? And I'm like, no one, not even Frank can do that. He's raising his hand right now. He's wrong. He does not have access. No one has access to upload or delete videos from my channel. So they opened an inquiry. They wanted me to fill out all this stuff, and they're like, well, and then like a day or two later, they're like, yeah, we don't see that anyone has hacked the account, so we don't know what happened to these. And I'm like, well, you deleted them. That's what happened to them. So I don't know either. Anyway, I was really wanting to get these guys from, so that I have the live stream downloaded. I have it saved. I have all of my stuff saved. But you know what? If I were to upload that today, it's got some older information that I'm hoping to get a little bit more updated tonight. And I already wanted to bring these guys back on and talk about the Hamfest because it's the first year for this Hamfest. It's going to be a fun show. It's a show in a place in the country where there's not many shows out there. So I just emailed them and said, let's get you guys back on the show, and they all agreed. So let's bring everybody on real quick. Let me make sure I get the right screen here. There we go, right there. And unmute. What is happening, everyone? Good evening.
Good evening.
Hi, Jason.
Hey.
It's nice to be back.
Yeah. So I don't, it's the life of a live streamer. Something's going to go wrong sometime. So, and that's okay. We're okay with that.
Your video looks so much better than last time.
You know what? I was on VPN when I was on your stream.
What?
I forgot the VPN.
I thought you corrected that already. You uninstalled your VPN.
No, I
from
didn't
your...
uninstall it. When I'm doing work during the day on this computer, I'm on the VPN, but I try to turn it off before I live stream. So, but no, that was my fault. So,
And I saw everyone that has canyons, so I said, why not? Here's my picture of a canyon.
there you go.
Yeah.
That's good.
Can you name which
good.
canyon?
Yeah. No, I have no idea.
It's a hint we're going to be going to in July.
The
I
Yellowstone?
say it looks out of
Is that-
Yosemite.
Grand
Yellowstone
Canyon,
Canyon. Grand Canyon,
Yeah.
Yellowstone.
Yellowstone.
Lower
okay.
Falls.
Lovely.
Good. Good. Thank you, Carl, for the super chat. Let's see.
I haven't been to Zion, so I don't have a picture
No,
of your
I
canyon.
haven't either.
yet.
Yeah, I haven't either. But
You'll love it.
I think we're planning on a POTA that weekend, right?
That was
Take
the
gang up
plan.
there and-
the weekend of the actual Hamfest.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
As long
And-
as it's not Angel's Landing, you'll kill some people.
Yeah, no.
I don't hike
I'm not
that
going.
high.
I'll go till it gets to the chains, and then no, I'm not going any further.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, to do POTA, all you have to do is be inside the park, so it shouldn't be that difficult, I don't think.
Exactly.
But yeah, good. Okay, so you guys have added thank you for the shout out on your front page here. Link to the live stream. So give us a shout in the chat if you found this link on the Zion page and are here because of that. Thank you to those guys for sure for sharing that and being here through that. But this sponsor list is much bigger than it was the last time we live streamed together.
Yep, it sure is. We've been very blessed to have
Yeah, that's
quite a
great.
few people.
That is great. Okay. And what are we up to on the vendor count?
I believe we're hovering around 15 or so, but good ones, like fun ones.
Yeah, good.
Antennas and connectors and I guess ICOM, but they're fun. It's
Good. Excellent. Okay. All right. Well, tell us how things have been going since we last spoke, and if you want to repeat yourself, that's okay. Because, yeah, I probably will not put that old live stream back up. Somebody asked a minute ago if I'm going to give you guys the ARRL treatment and my audience the ARRL treatment and just not put the live stream back up. Some of them I did. Some of them I was able to get restored, but some of them I was not. So I just wanted to. But there's been a lot of updates to the website and stuff since we live streamed last time. So if you guys wanted to tell us how everything's going, please feel free.
Brian, do you want to kind of go through our presentations that we've gotten?
Yeah.
Kind of run
So
through that?
if you would go on our website to our presentation panel at the very top, third like bar, and if
Yep.
you want to share that screen,
Let's see. Right there. Okay.
and if you scroll down 4 boxes worth, you come down to our presentation schedule.
Yeah.
We've got quite a few presentations across the 2 days that should end up being a lot of fun. We've got 4 different rooms that we're going to be operating presentation classes type thing, like at Hamcation. They've got those big bubbles, like the air conditioned rooms, right?
Oh yeah,
Like
yeah. They're outdoor like wall tents kind of thing.
that kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
We won't be using that, thank goodness.
Okay.
We will actually have one of those for our special event station. Brett, are we doing 1 or 2 of those?
We're doing one of those.
One of those.
Okay.
And that's what we've done with our club field days. The past couple of years, we've run those. The Washington County Aries is lucky enough to be able to use the Washington County tents and their air conditioning systems and stuff. And so they've been a great help in getting that going for us as well. So that'll be our special event station, and we can talk more about that later as well. But as you can see, we've got it laid out similar. We're gonna have 4 different rooms that are just right off the showroom floor, showroom expo floor, right?
Okay. All right.
Expo, that's good.
Yeah, that works, right? And you can see these in the map layout of the Dixie Convention Center as well. We got some fun stuff as you scroll through that. We've got some workshops going down. different fox hunt digital stuff, RF exposure. Going to be going over HOA stuff. We got Gordo in the Entrada
Yeah.
C room on Friday. Ron Wilcox has been helping
right here.
with presentations as well. They're both going to have some amazing presentations for us. And
Ryan
these are still...
doesn't have much to say about it because he won't be able to partake, but that happy hour social meet and greet at the end of Friday, there'll be a beer garden. You'll be able to kind of rub shoulders with the vendors, talk to the truck, talk to the ICOM guys, signal stuff guys, have a beer, some appetizers, enjoy yourself. So the end of Friday is going to be kind of just a get together, chat with folks. And then, like Ryan said, I'm looking forward to Scott Green's POTA experience presentation on Friday. But
yeah, I saw that one, and I'm not familiar with Scott, so I might have to try to catch that one myself. There's one here on WinLink that looks interesting. There's one on Mesh Networks, which with all the the Arden and the Meshtastic stuff happening right now, that should be pretty interesting, I would think.
Yeah.
And then I knew John was going to be there. He's John from Yezu's going to be there. System Fusion Part 2, he calls it. And then there's something from right here, Scott Horiker, which I don't think I know him. I'd probably recognize him though. From ICOM's going to be doing a presentation about the 905 IC905. So that's kind of fun.
Yeah, we've been very blessed with our presenters, and we kind of wanted to move away from the track method that's been done, not because it's bad or anything, but more because we're so eclectic out here. We like a bunch of different kinds of stuff, and so we filled it up with stuff that we wanted to see. So
good.
You know,
the happy hour social meet and greet is going to be fun, I'm sure.
And there will be soft drinks there as well, Brett.
Okay.
Well, for those
That's
who
for
don't
Ryan.
partake.
Just for Ryan. Yeah.
Good. Okay.
I'm a
Is
lemonade kind of guy.
Is that indoors?
Yes.
It is, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it'll be in the expo hall with the vendor booths, and it's huge. And they'll have appetizers, beer garden. It's indoors, air conditioned, and everybody can just kind of get around, chat, decompress on Friday, have a good time, finish out Friday, and get ready to go for Saturday.
Okay.
So let's in July, let's paint a picture for you. So the sun goes down about 9:30, like a little later in the night, and it doesn't get below 100 degrees probably till what, 5, 6 in the morning. Like
wow.
Come on, it's
Ryan,
hot.
you're gonna scare everyone away.
Maybe 95.
Ryan, you're supposed to sell it. Don't paint a picture of hell. I mean, come on.
Right.
Just make sure that you bring your air conditioning.
Yeah.
Don't bring too many blankets. Bring your air conditioning units.
Frank and I still need to book our hotel. We haven't done that yet. So
we're supposed to do that this weekend.
We were going to do that. I was going to ask these guys where they suggested. So we'll talk about that after the stream, after we're offline.
Well, we should mention that there are a handful of hotels right here in the area of the convention center that are walking distance. So it's not a big deal that way. But we'll get specific with you. But just so others know, I think we've got some information on the webpage about what options there are nearby. Then they're national brand with plenty of room, so it shouldn't be too big of a deal.
Good. Excellent. Okay. So yeah, we need to do that because we kind of had a change in plans about who was and was not attending from our group. So I think it's just going to be Frank and I. But Kyle Kyle really wanted to make it, and he's got some family stuff he has to take care of, so he's going to meet up with us later. And then Charlie had some kind of family something come up as well, I think. I don't remember exactly what Charlie's thing was, but so it's unfortunately it's just going to be Frank and I. But I was hoping to have a big group of us there, but maybe next year we'll.
Hey, you know what?
We'll report back.
You can cover it, Jason.
Oh yeah,
I think we got all the bases covered.
Oh yeah, we
they
can cover it.
They
can
do what they need to. We got this.
Well, family always comes first.
Agreed.
So that's got to be handled. But it is pretty amazing in Zion and Bryce and Yosemite and all these Yellowstone, these places that you're going to be going. It's kind of a bummer that they're not going to be able to go.
I know. Yeah. We I definitely want to activate Zion. I'm trying to in a roundabout way, I'm trying to get all the national parks activated, which is probably never going to happen because there's like 6 of them in Alaska that nobody's ever been to. Because you got to have a helicopter, so something like
We'll
that.
get you a helicopter. We'll get you hooked up, Jason.
I need to. Yeah, I need to make friends with somebody who has got a helicopter in Alaska. We'll get some activations going. Make for a fun video for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, that's good. So
I don't know anyone with a helicopter, but I have
Washington County has a helicopter.
Yeah, but this is
It's a long way
Alaska.
from Alaska.
I've got a sister-in-law whose father is a pilot with a small bush plane, and he has flown to Alaska before. In Alaska, like has gone like hunting and stuff. So I mean, maybe
it's a good
he likes
idea.
to fly.
Yeah.
We've got a handful of national parks here in southern Utah that I don't know what all of your itinerary is, but
yeah,
if you can get to Bryce and to the Grand Canyon, the Grand Canyon is only about 4 hours away from St. George. So
we've activated the Grand Canyon. We did that 2 years ago.
Okay,
so we've done that one. So we're looking for new stuff we haven't done. So definitely Zion, and
Yellowstone, we're scratching.
Yeah, well, Yellowstone, but there's another one. Wasn't there another one down by Zion?
Bryce Canyon.
Bryce Canyon. Yeah, Bryce Canyon.
You can get
talked about doing
head that way from there. So
yeah.
Yep, it's right on the way. Yep.
Good. Yeah, we might try to do that as well. So should be a really fun POTA activation. Chris from Buddy Pole we're gonna crash at his place on Monday after that, and he's looking forward to it. We were texting last week about it, so he's looking forward to the show and to the after party for the POTA stuff and whatnot. So
yes, indeed,
should be fun times as well.
He's actually sponsoring our special event stations with his tri-beam. Is that right, guys?
Hex
his hex beam. Yeah. So
Buddy
we're gonna
Hex.
have
right.
Yeah, the Buddy Hex. So we'll have that with the special event station, which will be really exciting because we're running one for Hamcon Zion, one for the ARRL, the Young Ladies Radio League, and one for the RV Radio Network. I think we're doing one for ARRL as well, but I have to talk to my guy. I'm not sure. I can't remember if he said that he got the permission for that or not. So
good. Okay. Good. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what else has changed since you may not remember exactly everything we talked about last time, but I think that we were. Did you guys do any pre-sale tickets?
Oh yeah, we've had lots of pre-sale tickets.
Okay.
More than 300, and I know that sounds kind of low, but the guys at Hamcation and Hamvention and Huntsville have been very helpful in trying to help us. And they've been saying things like, oh, well, our pre-sales are generally 10 to 20% of who actually comes, and most of it's at the door. And, we're not thinking we're going to hit 1,000 or anything like that, but it would be nice, obviously. But, it's definitely encouraging that there's going to be more interest coming in as, we get closer to the date.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
Something that has changed, well, it hasn't really changed, but is more solidified. At our banquet dinner on Saturday night, it's going to be a sit-down plated dinner. So they're going to bring it to you, which is a little nicer, maybe on the legs for those of us that are not so mobile anymore, or by that time are just sick and tired of moving.
Sure. Yeah.
And there's gonna be turkey, there's gonna be steak, there's gonna be a vegetarian option, chocolate cake and cheesecake, your choice on that. And the best part is that instead of having like just one speaker, I think we talked about this last time, it's going to be a panel of people that you've so graciously, and we'll probably have Tank help you too if you want, has agreed to moderate. And Gordo's going to be on that panel, and we've got a couple of other people that are really great in the industry, like John and Jeff Ryan and people like this that we're going to have on that panel. And then after that, we have an OSHA professor who well, they call him the OSHA professor, but what he is he's an OSHA trainer, and he trains the people for OSHA, the OSHA trainers, if that makes sense. He trains the OSHA trainers
He's an
in like
instructor.
electrical. Yes, the instructor of the instructors.
Sure.
In electrical safety, and he has this great thing called Dr. Frankenstein's Laboratory.
Okay.
And it's like an electric show. He's got a Tesla coil, he's got a Jacob's ladder, he's got all this stuff, and he kind of goes through all that, and it's a lot of fun. He's got this really cool bald head, mustache, handlebar, you know. Total steampunk. It's gonna be
this
great.
Guy.
He is so
There'll be
awesome.
lightning at the dinner.
Yeah,
There'll be
so
lightning at the dinner.
lightning
Okay.
at dinner.
All right.
So I mean, you get a dinner and a show, you know. And that's pretty awesome.
Pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Okay.
Interesting question come from the chat here. Are there
Mhm.
going to be scooters for you to rent?
Not that we have available. We might be able to find somebody who might be able to have them there that you can rent from them, but
I don't think we have anybody in Southern Utah.
Yeah.
The Dixie Convention Center where this is being held is very ADA accessible, but as far as scooters and whatnot, they're going to need to bring something of their own, or we can possibly figure something out. But the convention center doesn't have scooters available.
Yeah, I should mention though that it is all very close together. It's not like some of these big convention halls that you go to and like you're going to a whole nother wing to get to that class that you want to go to. We're like boom, boom, boom right there. And we did that with intention because we knew that there would be people that don't move as well as they used to.
So the Dixie Convention Center is just over 45,000 square feet. So it's pretty big, but we're not using that whole space either. We're probably close to 35,000 or 30 or so, but there's going to be a lot of walking, but it's very ADA friendly. I don't think there's any stairs on the property at all.
And I don't.
There are stairs, but there's an elevator.
I don't think you can go more than about 50 feet without there being chairs and a table available to sit down. They've got hi-hat tables to sit at. They've got recliners to sit in. Plenty of places to relax between sessions and whatnot. So worries on accessibility.
So scratch that. The exhibit hall is 46,000 square feet plus everything else. So might be a little bigger.
It's all right.
Still, it's
right,
gonna. Yeah, we're not having you hike across town.
Yeah, well, that's good. That's good. Okay. Good question. Any other questions you see in the chat, Frank?
Not at this moment. I do have one thing. I was going to type it to you first, but since you threw to me,
go ahead. No, go ahead.
And wave me off here if this has been asked before. Why did y'all decide to start a new Hamfest? This is his first year. It's there. What brought y'all together and be like, let's do a Hamfest and let's make this awesome?
Well, the ARRL invited us to do the Rocky Mountain Division Convention. And it's the first time it's been held in Southern Utah in quite some time. Typically, it's when Utah gets it, it's held on the Wasatch Front, which is, for those of you not from here, that's Salt Lake City. Because that's where most of the population in Utah is. But there isn't a large Hamfest for the West, particularly. I mean, you've got Pacificon, but it's not a huge event. And a lot of people don't want to go into, clear out to California and deal with
that's quite a bit west.
Yeah. And then you've got Yuma went away, unfortunately.
Right.
For unfortunate circumstances. I do hope they come back, but if they don't, we need another Hamfest that's sort of in the Intermountain West that's accessible, because a lot of people from California can't make it to Huntsville, can't make it to Dayton, but we are a 5-hour drive from LA. We're a 5.5 hour
freeway
drive from San Diego.
Yeah.
We're a 5.5 hour drive from Phoenix. So it's a good location where you're not driving for 3 days to get there or flying for hams in the West. And that's what we wanted to do, is provide something for hams in the West, the Intermountain West, the Midwest, where if they couldn't make it to Dayton, couldn't make it to Florida, couldn't make it to Huntsville, they've got a place out here, and we think we're ideally situated. We've got 5 national parks within a couple hours drive from us.
Yeah.
Zion National Park gets 5 million visitors a year, so we're used to having foreigners come and visit, and we're particularly suited to it. We've got the Ironman comes in. We hosted the national championship 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah, the half Ironman.
Half Ironman.
We've had the full and the half, but we had the world championship for the half.
Typically
Ironman.
hosted in Kona, Hawaii, but we hosted it during COVID because we were open and Hawaii was closed.
Yes.
So we think we've got a good spot. We know we've got a great venue. The Dixie Convention Center is amazing, nice and air conditioned. Yes, it'll be hot outside, but just stay inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a couple of questions I found in chat, and this is something I was wondering myself. Somebody's asking, where do you buy? Well, actually, what he said was, Expert Ham Radio said, can we buy Banquet tickets at the door? I was looking on the website for Banquet tickets, and I didn't see anything. So how does that work?
So the Banquet tickets, you can, excuse me, you can get them with your general admission tickets.
Okay.
But if you go into the general admission part of the tickets, you can buy just Banquet tickets. Like if your spouse is coming and they're not a ham, they don't want to go to the expo, they don't want to go to all of the folderol that we all are going to do. They can just go to the Banquet. However, because of just catering purposes, we do have to cut that off at by July 1st. Like we can't add any more after that. So if you want to go, you need to order first.
Yeah.
Another thing though that we've got that I'm not sure where it is on the website. I would have to look. But for the Arduino University, there is a fee for that. But this is one of the coolest things I've ever been a part of. I talked to Professor Jeffrey Anderson, who's the Arduino professor at Utah Tech University here in St. George. And I said, hams really like these little microcontroller things. And, we've had a lot of experience with Raspberry Pi and stuff, but we haven't had so much with Arduino. Do you think that you could come and kind of give us a crash course in Arduino? And he's like, well, let me talk to my friend James. He's a ham. Let's see if we can figure something out. And so we met, and it has just become this great thing. We did like a dry run, a pre-convention dry run, and I was a part of that class. And it is amazing. He is a great teacher. They did some amazing things with Morse code, and we have a gentleman in the club who used an Arduino to make a fox. Nice. Fully self-enclosed fox. And I'm telling you, I'm gonna figure out how to take that and put it in one of those giant Easter eggs that you get from Dollar Tree. And we're gonna have an Easter egg hunt next Easter. I don't know
that's
why
a
we
great
haven't
idea.
been doing this before.
I love it.
That's
Anyway,
a great idea.
so
Yeah.
this is my big idea. No,
Sure.
but so like this class is going to be great, and you're with that fee. Not only do you get a seat in that class and all this instruction for 3 hours, but you get that kit to take home and experiment with. It's not just the little things that you need for just that specific class. It's a kit that has a bunch of stuff. It has buzzers and motors and yes, exactly. And the little LCD screens and things like that. They're amazing little machines, and so it's going to be a great class. I highly recommend it. If you haven't signed up, sign up, because we only have 25 spots per class. And the one on Friday afternoon is only for women. That was a special request from the ARRL, because some y'all men do your mansplaining to us.
I
let's
try
just
to
say,
be good.
Yeah, no. I just but yeah, we want the opportunity to, you know, be able not to feel like we're, I don't know how to put this nicely, but you know,
not left out.
Not have a man tell us, you know, you got to do it this way.
Yeah.
So this
Rachel,
is
there a
3-hour
cutoff
class.
on that? I'm sorry, Rachel, is there a cutoff date for that class that we have to have signed up for so we can have all the equipment there that they need?
The Monday before. I believe that we can still get kits up until that day.
Okay.
So if you can get,
that's the 8th, Monday the 8th is the cutoff for
Monday
that.
the 8th is the cutoff.
Sure.
And there's pre-requirements, right? We got to bring a laptop. No pre-requirements.
Oh, you do have to bring a laptop, and you need to have the IDE software downloaded. However, if you don't have a laptop, that's fine. We can download all of the stuff onto a thumb drive, onto a flash drive, and give you the stuff that way. However, they are using the laptop as the power source for some of the experiments that you're going to be doing, some of the exercises that you're going to be doing. So that's why they would like you to have a laptop. That is just a little easier.
That's pretty cool. I probably will register for one of these classes. Even though, I was showing you my Arduino right here.
if you go to presentations and workshops.
Yep,
that's
I
where
dropped
it's
the
at.
link in the chat already. I'll do that again.
Yeah.
But yeah, good. And somebody was asking about volunteering. If you guys still need volunteers.
Yes, absolutely. If you go to our volunteer spot, you can volunteer. We do ask if you can a 4-hour minimum. Most of our positions are sitting positions. You don't have to stand.
Okay.
So, at least we will make sure there's a chair there at least, so that you can sit. But you know, if you want to volunteer and help us out, that would be awesome. No pressure, but we'd love it.
Awesome. Okay. Good. Frank, did I miss anything? I think I've been trying to read the chat.
You've been pretty up to date. And I've been asking questions as they pop up here. I went ahead and throw in the volunteer website. Let me move this over here so I'm not straining my neck in the chat also. And VE5 SAR says the Arduino's IDE is C-based. I was like, yep, but I programmed mine in C++. Take that, Dawn.
Oh boy, here we go again with the nerd coder talk. But
you know, there's something really interesting I found, because I'm also a substitute teacher for Washington County.
Okay.
And
high five.
I was yay for us subs, right, Brett? Anyway, so I was in this class and they were doing a coding, you know, their Scratch coding, and I found that they have a Arduino Scratch coding system where it has those blocks that you drag over and you set it all up, and I was like, that's really cool. So we're gonna have to look into that. And so you don't have to have the really deep, you don't have to have the deep coding for it anyway, because the Arduino has such a great vast library of stuff. But
as long as you stay out of Python. I gotta get a laugh out of you.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
Right, yeah. It's like the Ford versus Chevy argument, but for nerds, I guess. So I don't know, but yeah, go ahead. Whoever that was that said so. Hey, Ryan, go ahead.
Just to mention, James Tonic mentions that Vegas is only a 2-hour drive, or St. George. 2 hours of driving can take place between Las Vegas and St. George. So a couple cool things there. One, if you're going to fly in from somewhere, somebody mentioned that a 15-hour drive was a little much. Fly.
Yeah.
Easier, right?
Vegas always has deals. People always want to go to Vegas.
Yeah.
It's always less expensive to fly to Vegas.
I was
Flights to
about
Vegas
to ask
are
that.
cheap,
What
and
would be
there's
the
two
closest airport?
shuttles.
Go ahead.
There's two shuttles that go from Vegas to St. George. And so if you want to fly, you don't want to rent a car, catch the flight to Vegas, catch the shuttle to St. George. Give me a call. I'll give you a ride.
A shuttle that is 2 hours?
Yeah.
So
Yes.
it's
The shuttle goes a
2 hours
whole 2 hour. Really? Wow.
on.
Yep.
It's like a, not a Greyhound, but it's
It's a van.
from St.
It's a
George shuttle. They
15
have
passenger van.
they
Okay.
have the 15-man vans most
Okay.
often.
Yeah, you got St.
And-
George Express and St. George Shuttle. There's two
And
different
if you
ones.
mention Hamcon Zion, you get 15% off of your shuttle fee.
Only
At St. George Shuttle.
Only a St. George shuttle, yes, not St.
So-
George Express.
Zach
Okay.
over at St. George Shuttle has hooked us up with the code HAMCON, HAMCON, no space, no uppercase, lowercase, everything. 15% off your trip, and
Mhm.
it makes a decent chunk of change.
Yeah.
Takes a decent chunk of change off.
Is
Um,
that the
you
right
can
website?
stgshuttle.com?
That
Okay.
looks right.
All right, just making sure before I put it in the big chat.
Yeah. Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Cool.
But
yeah.
literally from it's not McCarran anymore. What is it now?
Harry-
Harry Reid International.
Uh-huh.
From Harry Reid International to St. George, it is less than 2 hours. It's like an hour and 10 minutes, or an hour and 40 minutes, hour and 45 minutes.
Okay.
I've done it many a time.
Maybe the
Okay.
way you drive, but it's 2 hours.
Oh boy. Okay.
My husband knows how to drive through the gorge, Brett.
It's a 2-hour drive, but it's 2 hours. That's it. It's not.
That's
not
pretty
a
cool.
hard
They have a shuttle that goes that far. That's pretty slick, I think.
But
So-
just as a disclaimer, of course, Tank put it in the chat. It is only St. George Shuttle. It's not any of the other companies, but
Mhm.
that's where we would recommend staying at one of the hotels nearby. It's within walking distance. There's what, 6 of them in that block, 4 of them,
Yeah.
something like that.
6.
Right.
There's a few within half a mile of the convention center. You would have to get an Uber or something, or call Brett. I mean, his driving is pretty all right, so he'll get you
Phone in the
hooked
Yeah,
back
up.
not
of the
bad.
pickup.
Hasn't
Yeah.
wrecked yet.
Just
You know?
hold on tight. Hold
Mhm.
on tight.
Yeah, it's
Sure.
totally legal to ride in the back of a pickup here. Might be a little hot, but you know.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's what the wind's for.
Yeah.
It's right.
Okay.
I love that shuttle service. You got that hooked up because I was wondering what would be the
That's good.
closest airport. And when I was just mousing around, and I was only seeing municipal. So I'm
Yeah,
glad
we do have SGU, St. George's Municipal Airport, and they do have United Airlines and Delta that flies in through SkyWest there, but they generally have to stop somewhere else. Like it's generally a connecting flight to get there. So you generally have to hub in Salt Lake, or you have to hub in Phoenix before you can get there.
Oh, Dallas, direct anywhere, or I don't want to go.
We have. I mean, we're driving to Salt Lake on Monday. Well, yeah, we're driving to Salt Lake on Monday, and it's only like 3.5 hours from St. George. It's not very. I mean, for somebody who lives in Texas,
Roughly.
that's not far. For
No.
somebody who lives
no.
in
Oh no.
yeah, for Izzo up there in Connecticut, that probably sounds like a long drive.
That'd be
but,
4 states.
Yeah, I know. So yeah, but being that Vegas is even closer, that's pretty cool. Somebody said in the chat that the shuttle will drive you, or was Paul? Paul said that the shuttle service will take you from Vegas or Salt Lake City.
That's true.
Yep.
They
That's
do have
pretty
a Salt Lake run too.
cool. Awesome. Cool. Okay.
Multiple runs, I think. I think they go several times a day.
Really? Okay.
So
It's
Yeah, the
popular
Vegas
service.
shuttle leaves once every hour, and the Salt Lake shuttle leaves quite often as well.
oh wow,
Okay.
that's frequent. I was thinking this was like
Yeah.
twice or 3 times.
Oh
That's
no,
Right.
no.
awesome.
St. George is a retirement community for a lot of people who either,
Oh,
well,
the
I say retirement community. It's not really a retirement community. It's like a second home community for a lot of people. So there's a lot of people who work in LA, who work in San Diego, who work in Salt Lake, and they go to Vegas quite frequently, and they fly out of Vegas, or they go up to Salt Lake quite frequently and work up there. And so we're the vacation hub of Utah that nobody
Yeah.
knows about so much. So
Good deal, Ryan. Thanks for coming on, man. Ryan's got to drop.
Adios, man. Have a good one.
Something about being an adult and having adult situations like paying bills and, you know,
who's doing that?
Going to work.
Frank and I don't even do that.
No.
I don't know.
So I have a question here. What good places you recommend for food? Because, you know, we have Blue Plate over in Huntsville that we absolutely love. And in theory, they're going to give us the restaurant for a complete morning. But what do y'all have?
So I would really recommend, there's some videos on YouTube called Lunchtime with Brett and Colby.
Plug it away. Plug it away.
Well, we're not making any money off of it, but no.
Is that a real channel? Are you being serious right now?
Yeah, Lunchtime with Brett and Colby. Go to YouTube, type it in.
Okay.
We visit a lot of the local restaurants, and we have got an amazing Indian restaurant in town called Red Fort. A lot of good Thai places. There's a Mediterranean place, Mad Pita. She always gets good reviews. Her falafel, her name is Basila. She's from Baghdad, Iraq. And I would marry Basila for her falafel recipe. It is absolutely amazing. So if you're a vegetarian, you like Mediterranean stuff, she's got pita too. The regular pita with the lamb combo stuff. Her French fries are amazing. So highly recommend that. There's a Cracker Barrel right across the street from where the convention is.
Cracker Barrel.
So, yeah, if you're
yeah, we're not eating a Cracker Barrel.
All right. There's a right across the parking lot from the convention center is a rib and chop house. So if you're a fan of barbecue, stick with the ribs and chops and steak. They do serve chicken. Skip it. It's a rib and chop house for a reason. And it's right there. You can literally walk to it and be outdoors for maybe 25 seconds.
Nice.
Okay.
And it'd be already melted to the concrete?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But a great place to eat. And there's a poke place, gal that lived in Hawaii for many years.
Oh, that's good poke too.
Yeah, if you're a fan of poke, she's right down on that end of town as well.
What's this?
We've got a Nashville hot chicken.
Ooh.
Yeah.
They just opened a new Brazilian steakhouse here.
The Bundys did, yeah.
The Bundy Steakhouse.
That's a really good one.
And I don't know about you, but my husband lived a couple of years in Brazil. And so we are big fans of Brazilian food. The feijoada, you know, the pão de queijo, all that amazing food. We haven't been able to make it there yet, but we're so hoping that they've got all that, you know, amazing stuff. I've heard great reviews. It has been so hard to get into with reservations. More because they haven't had the staff. They didn't realize they were going to be so big. So they're getting help, and then it'll be easier.
Yeah.
But there's a what's that Taco Plaza is amazing in the shops at Zion. Because
they're right next to Papa's Got Jerk. If you're a Jamaican food fan.
Yes, I am.
Yeah. There's a place in town called Papa's Got Jerk. Her name slips my mind right now. But she serves some amazing Jamaican food. She's got escabeche fish. She's got goat or curried goat. She's got, you know,
I'd like that.
Yeah, it's her curried goat is money.
Yeah.
St. George is also being hit by the chicken craze that everybody else is right now. We've got a Houston's hot chicken that just opened up that's got great food. We've had a Super Chicks for a few years that still is hands down my favorite chicken joint for a chicken sandwich or chicken tenders and whatnot that way. Those are
spicy. Are we talking about?
It starts from nothing all the way up to the top. So.
And
when I say top, I don't go there, so I don't know.
The hotter the better is for Frank. I will completely go and throw the towel and say, bring it.
That's the cool idea.
If you like Thai food or if you like Indian food, then Red Fort does, you know, the really hot stuff. Benja's Thai
Benja's is great.
Oh, Benji's is amazing. I love their St. George fried rice, but they have some curries that will burn your mouth off. Like,
and when you go into Red Fort and you order the hot, they ask you, "Are you sure?"
Yeah.
So, Frank, if that's your speed, and that is my speed.
I tell them to bring the native style. Don't bring the white boy style.
Yeah, not white boy hot. I want Indian.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I
go into places and I don't like it so hot that you can't taste it. But restaurants are typically, my experience has been the restaurants are typically they're kind of like gun shy. Like, now this might be a little hot. And I'm like, really? I'm from Texas. And they're like, okay. Now the Chinese places they'll get you, and the Indian places they'll get you. But I've been to a couple places. They're like, yeah, this is really hot, and literally I taste it, and I'm like, this is not hot at all. I mean, like there's not even a flavor to it. It's just there's nothing. So my wife thinks I'm making it up, but I'm not. I'm actually, you got to get pretty hot before it gets too hot for me. But Frank can do hotter than I can. No question there. So
no, I totally get you. For me personally, I like heat, but it has to be flavorful heat. If it's just hot for the sake of being hot, it has to bring flavor, or else
you got to keep eating that so you can taste other flavors when it is that hot.
I just want the endorphin rush.
Right.
Those endorphins hit, and you're on that high.
I don't like it when it's so hot it gives you the hiccups immediately. I was like, that's too much. That's too much. If I'm getting the hiccups, it's not good. So, hey there, look at Todd. Todd says, wasn't going to attend, but enough choice points and frequent flyer miles for airfare and hotel, so I'll be there.
Yeah.
There you go. Good to see you. N8YO is on 50 megahertz 6 meter FT8 right now. We did some 6 meter FT8. There was a guy there that had a Fred Fish Award, Mike. I kept meaning to text you and tell you that, but yeah, that was kind of fun. So I think that's what N8YO he's been striving for that for a while. But 6 meters.
Well, congratulations, N8YO.
Mm-hmm.
Or however you said that.
His name is Mike. Along with about
congratulations, Mike.
Along with about 47 other people we hang out with that are also named Mike. So
and then the other half is Jason.
There's a few Jasons. There's more Steves than there are Jasons. Steve and Mike is Anyway, N8YO, November 8, Yankee Oscar. That's his call sign.
N8YO.
So, yeah.
Congratulations, Mike. N8YO.
Yes. That's good. So, okay. Anything else, guys? We're really looking forward to driving out there. Frank and I are going to leave. It's about 16 hours for us from here. So we're going to leave Wednesday morning and drive halfway, and I don't know where we'll stay yet, but then we'll get up early Thursday and hit the road. Try to get there before dinner time on Thursday, maybe 3 or 4 in the afternoon on Thursday. And figure out what hotel. I looked up the hotels on the website, and you guys have several several Marriott properties on there. And my wife has a lifetime platinum at Marriott, so she used to travel a lot for work. So she's had that for a while. But
I see you are a kept man.
a little bit.
Jason, Albuquerque will be about your halfway point. If you can make it to Gallup, and crashing Gallup, you've got it pretty well licked, because we're 4 hours north of Flagstaff, so it won't be bad at all.
Okay. I've made the drive to Albuquerque several times. It's about 10 and a half hours from here.
Okay.
So I think that the Google Maps last time I looked at it had me going a more southern route than that.
Okay.
But I mean we'll see.
Yeah.
But I'll just see what it goes. But
is somebody going to make the comment about not taking the left turn in Albuquerque?
Oh,
that would be a wrong turn
I did
in Albuquerque for us. It would be straight.
Don't turn left in Albuquerque.
I like you.
We were when we were driving to Grand Canyon, we went through Fort Hancock, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Now tell me if you know where that's from.
Fort Hancock. I don't. I'm sorry.
That's where Morgan Freeman crossed the border in the Shawshank Redemption to go meet Andy Dufresne.
Now,
Fort Hancock,
Jason,
Texas.
I'll just throw this out there. I'm from Oklahoma originally.
Okay.
and I drive back to
I'm
the
sorry.
Panhandle of Oklahoma to do the pheasant hunt every year.
Ooh.
I'll look for my invitation in the mail this year.
Okay, very good. There's a place called Stratford, Texas.
Yes.
And being from Oklahoma and living in Utah, this was a bit odd to me, but we stopped to grab some adult beverage on the way to the hunt because that's part of the hunt.
Of course it is.
And they were serving the flavor of the day in the liquor store in Texas at 10 a.m. in the morning. And I was like,
that's Texas.
This is a different kind of place.
Yeah. It's different.
I drove in here.
Yeah,
I got to drive out.
Yeah. It's different than Utah. I put it that way.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I'm originally from Northern Nevada. We have drive-through liquor stores, man.
Oh.
I was so confused the first time I went into a grocery store in Utah, and there wasn't the sound of slot machines, and there wasn't like 4 aisles of liquor. I'm like, what is going on here?
You know what though? I could do with liquor in the grocery store.
Yeah, we don't have liquor in the grocery store in Texas. So the first time I ever went to Florida, they had liquor in the like freaking Albertsons, and I'm like, where am I? What is this? So yeah, it's Texas beer laws are. I love Texas. Don't get me wrong. Texas beer laws are jacked up. Somebody really had the head up their butt when they designed all that stuff. So it's one of those things. But Utah, you guys got your own level of weird. So it's all right though.
Oh yes.
I've been there many of times for work, and trying to find an actual place to go and drink at a brewery, that was hard.
Yeah.
We do have a brewery, and they have the best chicken fried steak. And
see, that's where you go wrong. It's chicken fried steak, and where's just the brewery? They all have to be a complete restaurant.
So there's bars and there's restaurants in Utah, and in a restaurant you have to order food with your beverage. In a bar you don't, but bar licenses are extremely difficult to come by.
Okay.
I'm starting to see them more. There were a couple of them last time I was up there.
Yeah,
that was about a year ago now.
Well, let's just say that our bar in town is literally called the One and Only.
That's a craft.
Love this.
Is that a craft beer bar?
Only. Honestly, I don't know.
It's the bar.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So here's the disclaimer. I don't drink.
Oh, okay.
I have never drank before, but I do know, quite a bit because I'm from Nevada.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like it is really weird to me that there's this not as prevalent here. But that's what you get when you move in.
I guess so. Good. Well, we're gonna look. Yeah. Chris from Buddy Pole, he's a big craft beer snob the way I am. And he likes the IPA side. I like the darker stout beer side. But we always try to find some place to go and, hey, let's find something unique over here and whatnot. So we might...
Silver Reef Brewing is a local company. They're probably a 15-minute drive out of town.
Okay. No. They've got in the Fort Pierce Industrial Park. That's the one I was telling you about. That brewery down there.
Yeah, we've got 702 Tap House in town.
Okay.
Or 435 Tap House. Excuse me, 435 Tap House. Quite a few craft breweries coming in.
The Firehouse.
Firehouse, another craft brewery place.
Okay. So. We'll probably have to sample one or two of those while we're in town, I would think. So.
Good. Oh, absolutely. In fact, I'm pretty sure there was. Yes.
Where's the cigar bar?
Do we have a smoke shop in
Las
town?
Vegas.
Las Vegas.
I see smoke shops, but no cigar bar where you can go and sit down. And
if you're running through Carson City, Nevada, I used to work in Nevada. Carson City, Nevada, has got an amazing cigar bar. Got a walk-in humidor. They serve awesome cocktails. If you're ever going up through Carson City, get you some Basque food.
And And that's it.
And that's it.
That's all he had for us.
That's all we
Brett,
got.
bye.
That was the end of the story. Apparently, Basque food. He thought about that for a second. Then he's like, "I'm going right now to go
Carson
get that."
City Bass food.
Oh man, Brett used to be on the Nevada Highway Patrol, and he has some of the greatest stories.
I
And
bet.
then he worked a governor detail for a while, so that's why he was in
wow.
Carson City.
Oh,
Because
okay.
you know
That's
Carson
yeah,
City.
yeah.
But yeah, he and I kind of have a little bit in common that way because I grew up just east of Reno, and so
Mhm.
we were. He talks about places. I'm like, oh, I know where that is. And I'll say something. He's like, oh, I know where that is. So yeah.
That's good. Good. Well, I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, Frank and I are going to take 2 days to get there, and we're going to meet up with some people. Well, we're going to meet up with Chris from Buddy Pole when we're there. So I hope some of it. 2 or 3 of you in the chat said y'all were going too. So if you guys are listening to the channel tonight, please do stop by and see Frank and I. I'm sure you'll see us there. We'll have cameras in our hand. Kind of hard to miss, but
Well, I will be the loudest person there.
yeah, probably so. So,
Maybe.
but I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a good show. You guys got a good foundation to build from, and I just hope to
Thank
see
you.
it grow year after year from here.
Well, thank
Thanks,
you.
Jason.
That's our goal. And, you know, especially now that Gigaparts has left Las Vegas,
Yeah.
I think they're renegotiating they're negotiating a
Yes.
new lease, but that
Yes.
hasn't happened yet. And there are no physical stores to buy ham radio equipment in
Yeah.
Utah, in Nevada, not very many in Nevada, not very many in Arizona, or even in California, you know. And it would just be wonderful if we could get something like this where people could go, okay, once a year at least, I can go and shop and be there and
Right.
be able to physically handle something. Because online shopping is great, but it really doesn't compete with that right there in front of you experience. You know, you don't get to browse and you don't get to go, oh, I didn't think about getting that, or
Right.
that. And hopefully eventually they will see that draw. But
Yes. Yeah, I hope so. I was trying to get Bob from RFinder to come. He, I think maybe he had a conflict. I don't know. I don't remember right now. I was trying to get him to come, and I was talking to I was talking to the guys at Ham Radio Prep about coming, and there was 2 or 3 people I was talking to at Hamvention last month. I was like, yeah, you guys need to put this one on your calendar. So hopefully, hopefully we'll get you some more vendors soon.
we appreciate that.
So, yep, good. Well, thanks for your time tonight, guys. I appreciate everyone's time once again.
you.
Sorry about the snafu with the first live stream, but I think there was better information on this one anyway. It was a bit closer to the show. We have more to talk about, so that's good.
Final question from the chat: is there
ahead,
an
Frank.
email address that if people have questions they can email to?
Yes. info@hamconzion.com.
Good.
So.
Good. Welcome back, Brett. Hopefully your
my
computer didn't crash.
died, you know.
Okay.
I've got 3 of them here in the ham shack, but
Okay.
So, but yeah, Bass Food, Cigar Bar, Carson City Tank. It's an amazing place.
We'll have to see if I'm not sure if we're going that direction or not, but we'll have to see. We'll have to try and see.
Yeah.
So, good. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much once again. We're looking forward to it. We will definitely reach out when we get there and have, looking forward to the show and then the social hour on Friday night. That's kind of a neat, unique idea. So I think that's a great thing.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, I am too. So, okay. Y'all hang out in the chat for a minute, and we're going to shut this down. And I got one final thing I say. Thank you, Rachel, Colby, and Brett. Thank you for your time tonight. And what's the guy who left?
Ryan.
Thank you, Ryan, also for joining tonight. So you guys hang out for a second, and I'll be right back with you.
All right. Thanks, Jason.
Thanks, Jason.
Thank you. So those of you, somebody said something in the chat earlier about an Alaskan cruise. Well, guess what I'm doing on Wednesday? Yeah. So my wife and I are flying to Anchorage on Wednesday. I'm going to stay the night there. and then we're going to drive to Seward on Thursday and stay the night there, and then Friday we're getting on a ship to go on an Alaskan cruise for I think 7 days. Anyway, while we're in Alaska, somewhere around Seward, Alaska, I'm going to try to activate POTA. So put my call sign in your ham alert and look for me. I think I'm just going to try to do FT8. I'm going to see what the bands look like, because there were 2 guys from Alaska that came and hung out with us at the campsite at Hamvention, and they were saying how bad the propagation is up there. He's like, the reason you don't hear us much is because the propagation up there is really, really hard. And I'm like, well, that's kind of discouraging. I need to be able to try to get 10 contacts to activate a park in Alaska so that I can try to work on my goal of activating a park in all 50 states. So put me in ham alert. Find me on Discord. I'll be posting on Discord when we're out there, and maybe Twitter also. But anyway, come look for us in Zion in about 3 weeks, and we hope to see you guys there. 73 all. Thank you for attending tonight.